Start gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
Welcome to the world of intelligent fitness. Welcome to iFit.
Silenced do good. Good morning. Nobody's silent around here. Good morning, everybody. Say good morning to each others. Snowing like crazy here. Good morning, Vaggie girl. Bet you're not snowing there. Bet your car isn't frozen to the driveway with 8 inches of ice on the front windshield you can't get off. It's just a wild guess, but I bet 8 inches of ice I can't get off my windshield. Salmon, I can't leave the house. I'm stuck. Cabin stuck. Feels like it. Oh boy. And it is cold out there. Cold. I like snow in general, but I don't like it when I'm literally handicapped by it. It is literally has me frozen. In order to do anything, I have to have deliveries. Right, Kim? I agree. The old groupie, warm huggy warms you up, E. There, Carlotta, see, I told you Whiskey was coming back. I told you our friend Whiskey was gonna be back, man. So I told you, man. I told you Whiskey was, I told you we were all gonna get another shot. I told you, man. Many of you don't remember the day that Pops and Whiskey wrestled. The day Pops and Whiskey wrestled. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? It's been almost 3 years. Who remembers the day Pops and Whiskey wrestled? Seriously. Whiskey had been challenging me for half a year. Talking serious trash to me. He had been like, serious trash talker, Sandy. Okay, Sandy was the referee. He had been talking trash to me for like half a year. Pops, I'm gonna take you down. And he's like, I'm being all peaceful. Wait, was it the other way around? Wait a minute, was it the other? It might have been the other way around. I might have been me talking, and he was, I can't, it's been so long ago. All I can remember is, I took him down. Whiskey, world record so far, mush record. Who remembers how fast I took Whiskey down? Put him in a headlock and he tapped out. He tapped out. Who remembers? How long was it? How long did it take? No. First person to say is going to get a spot on the wheel. How long did it take for me to tap Whiskey out? Whiskey, you can't answer because you'll never forget it. You're scarred for life. Okay, Whiskey knows. Huh? I tapped him out. I'm not kidding you. In the driveway. Okay? No. You guys, there's no old timers here that were even here? No. No, 3 minutes is way too long. No, 2 minutes? Come on, man. I have a world's record. Headlock. Tap, tap. He's tapping in front of everybody. You guys don't remember. You guys don't know 32 seconds of hell. You guys don't remember. Okay, I'm just saying it because none of you guys are right. 17 seconds. Remember that? Remember that? We did it in 17 seconds flat. Boom. Took him down. He made a move. I dipped. Got a one leg sweep. Took him into a headlock. He's tap, 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 tap. So Whiskey's telling it. He's saying it's a true story. Okay. Yep. Put Whiskey right where he belonged. Okay. Tiffany, I was close, Pops. You guys had to be there. Whiskey and I, we have a bromance. That's why I love him. Okay, 17. We did it in Sandra. I'm not joking. We did it in 17 seconds flat. Boop. He'd been talking. Well, no, it was really me talking crap. I keep forgetting. You know, Whiskey's a veteran. Whiskey is a veteran. He has served in the armed forces for us, and he's currently going to school. He's one of those back to school in his 30s guys. How much do you appreciate that? I was a back to school in the 30s guy. I was. And then in the 40s too. I did another school in the 40s. I'm doing school now. Anyways, good morning, Whiskey. And take another shot, pal. You won't beat Pops. Who wants to see a rematch at the next Mush Fest? Speaking of which, we're working on it this week, and I'm meeting with 2 people that are helping me schedule things. We should have dates for the Detroit Mush Fest next week. We should be telling you guys what the dates are. Okay? Who wants to see a rematch of Pops and Whiskey having a, what would they call it? Mush Fest extravaganza? Do it. Yeah. We're gonna do, Whiskey, get ready, pal. I hope you're working out, pal, because you know I am. Look at Pops, he's strapping. I'm the Royal Rumble. Who's the Royal Rumble? I love Whiskey because if you guys know the man, I can guarantee you one thing. As Mushfest is my witness, he let me win. He let me win. Sure. No. Seriously, he let me win. I understand. Only he knows what strength was put on him. Only he knows what Cobra, Viper, grip hold caused him to. No. He let me win. I take that back. So, if Whiskey's at the next Mush Fest, which I've noticed he hasn't said yes, Python squeezed him good, Gasly. Okay. Python, could you guys imagine Pop's taking someone down at the next Mush Fest. That's it. I'm putting him in a python wrap. Pops, let him go. Let Kelly go. B. Hendricks is going. Jerry B. Hendricks, I love you, B. B is right. Pops is good at these scenarios that may or may not have happened. Is that my reputation? Is it? Has that become my reputation? Okay. It may or may not have happened. That's true, B. This one happened 17 seconds flat. Okay, python wrap. Next fest is going to be the end of April, beginning of May. We haven't set the date yet because it's going to depend on availability of an Airbnb. I'm just running a little late on scheduling it. We're going to work on it this weekend. Okay, so we'll get the information out there next week, is my commitment. Next week, we'll be able to announce a date because we're going to we'll even have signed up some kind of the lodging situation. Okay. I want us to get serious for just a minute. If I can get 10 more likes up there for the purposes of the algorithm spreading the word like we spread spores, if I can get 10 more likes up there, I want to show you guys a video. It's about 5 minutes long. It's going to take people like Jesus Christ to zip it. I want all the kids in class to pay attention. I'm not joking. Okay? There's an accent to the person speaking, which is kind of cool. It's one of those English accents that make you think the guy's smarter than they are. This guy's really smart, don't get me wrong. But you know how if you're like a lecturer, you know how when you're a lecturer, if you have like an English accent, people listen to you like, oh, wow, this guy must really know what he's talking about, more than like, you know, a New Jersey accent, like a kid from Jersey Shore. I don't know why, it's just the way it works. Okay, so I want you to all pay attention. I don't need you talking back and forth. I'm not joking either, because the content of what you're going to listen to, if I'm joking, universe hit me with a lightning bolt. The content of what I'm going to share here is mind-blowing. Boom. I haven't stopped thinking about it since yesterday, about what this video. It makes so much sense. And my takeaways we'll discuss just basically, very shortly, my takeaways at the end of what you're going to listen to. But this is a must listen to. Don't be goofing off in class right now. Okay? And you goof offs, you know who you are. Besides JC, I don't need to call you all out. JC's an automatic. Of course, we have to call him out and use him as an example. Okay? That's very normal. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, take it easy, everybody. Pay attention.
Why do we?
Lose sense of time when we're sleeping.
Why do we lose sense of time when we're sleeping?
It's about 5 minutes long.
You
It's
understand
pure
what I mean by
brilliance.
now.
In the back row, stop it.
If we represent the past, we could imagine that the past is like a vast space that extends endlessly behind the now, and that the future is a vast space that extends indefinitely in front of the now. Yes? And the distance between the past and the future is what we call time. Yes? Or the distance between two events in the past or the future. So now let's explore time, the past and the future. So now just for a few moments, leave the now and visit this place that you call the past. When I say visit it, I don't mean just think about it or imagine it, because if you think about it, say you take the image of breakfast this morning. That image doesn't take place in the past. That image takes place now. So I don't mean just think about the past or imagine the past. I mean go there. Leave the now. Just step out of the now and go into the past.
You're an idiot.
That's not possible.
Okay.
Because if I try to step into the past, that effort is happening now.
Exactly. So can anyone here, just while we're discussing, can anyone here step out of the past and just step out of the now and visit the past just for a few moments? No. Can you imagine, Alexander, that anybody that has ever lived, not just us kind of weirdos that are interested in non-duality, but regular people that could you imagine that any of them could, just for a few moments, step out of the now and actually go to the place that we call the past?
No.
Okay, so if nobody's ever been there, and presumably the same applies for the future, yeah? So if nobody has ever been there, how do we know that this place called the past really exists? Surely experience must be the
Pay attention. This is all leading
of the
somewhere.
existence of something. So if nobody's ever been there, nobody's ever got a glimpse of it, how do we know it's there?
We don't really.
We don't.
No.
We don't know it's there. We imagine it's there, but we don't know it's there. We have no knowledge of it at all. Could it be that it's not there?
Yes.
And wouldn't that be in line with our experience? In other words, could it be that the past and the future don't exist in the way that our minds imagine them?
Yes.
Yes.
After all, have you ever experienced anything apart from now?
No.
And how many nows have you experienced in your life? Or let's just take today. How many nows have you experienced today?
That's a trick question. One.
Yeah, so all your life, you're only going to experience one now. Yeah?
Yes.
And
This is
that now, we've
brilliant
already
coming up.
discovered that, contrary to popular belief, the now is not this fraction of a moment sandwiched between these two vast spaces of the past and future. The vast spaces of the past and future aren't there. So now is not a moment in time. We normally think that the now is moving slowly through time. Yeah. How fast is the now moving through time in your experience? It's another trick question.
It's not moving.
It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. It hasn't come from anywhere, and it's not going anywhere. So this now
Let's pay attention, you
is
guys.
the only now there is.
Seriously.
And this now is
It's not that hard.
a moment in time. How long does this now last?
It's eternal.
it's eternal. And you understand that by eternal doesn't mean everlasting in time. It means ever present now. So if we're just simple,
Boom. That's a
and we just
thought.
stay with the facts of our experience, time is never experienced. Time is what the now looks like when it is filtered through our mind. In other words, time, it doesn't exist in our mind. It seems to exist in our mind.
Watch this.
And therefore, if that's the case, wouldn't it make sense that when our mind disappears in sleep, the seeming existence of time disappears with it?
Yes.
That's why we don't experience time when we're asleep. Actually, we don't experience time when we're awake, but we seem to. But when we're asleep, we don't even seem to experience time because no mind is present in sleep. So that's why you seem to wake up in the same moment that you fall asleep, because there is no time in between two waking states or two dream states.
Give it another minute, you guys. One more minute.
That's confusing, but it makes sense.
Not done.
It's confusing that it makes sense.
No, it's confusing, but it makes sense.
It's confusing, but it makes sense. Yes. Yes, it's exactly.
Because they're all talking and I told you to stop talking. Quiet.
It's confusing because
This is the biggest part.
Everything that I've said, you've understood in your own experience and you've agreed with, and it's very simple what I've said if you just stick with your experience. But when we compare that with the way reality seems from the point of view of the mind, it conflicts with the mind's view of reality. So it is the mind that superimposes its own limitations on reality and makes reality appear in a way that is consistent with those limitations. Just as I said this morning, if you put on a pair of orange sunglasses when you're skiing, you very quickly forget that you've put the glasses on and the snow appears to be orange. You think the snow is orange. The snow is appearing in accordance with the limitations or the coloring of your glasses. But because you have forgot that you are looking through this limited medium, you think that the orange color belongs to the snow. Now, each of our minds is a limited medium. Our minds are the orange glasses, but the orange color is time and space. That's the tint of our minds, time and space. So when consciousness looks through the time and space glasses of our mind, it sees a four-dimensional world, 3 dimensions of time and 1 dimension of space. And we think time and space belongs to the world. No, it doesn't. Time and space are the orange glasses through which consciousness is looking
Boom.
at eternity.
Why do we lose sense of time when we're sleeping?
Why do we?
Lose sense of time.
Boy, I can tell which kids can't pay attention for long. Some of you have about a 2-minute attention span. Some of you guys have about a 2-minute attention span. We just asked you to be quiet for 3 or 4 minutes. Anyways, some fascinating stuff in there. My mind is blown. It's really going to help keep me in the now, because really that's all there is at the end of the day. And then, you know what else I realize? I can change the color of my glasses. That's about it. We all are truly wearing glasses and seeing time and space continuum through the tint of our own glasses. My glasses used to be a lot darker than they are now. And there's so much meat in there. And of course, when you deliver it in a English accent like that, it makes it even more believable. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share that with you guys. With all of you except for the 3 or 4 of you that decided being class clowns was more important than just paying attention for 3 or 4 minutes. That class clown attention had to have it. Okay. Next time we have a class and we say don't be a clown, there's an opportunity to improve. Let's get a couple more people qualified for the board or for the spin for tomorrow. Okay? What the loose hair is going on around here? Hey, that was pretty fascinating to me. Therefore, I must make it fascinating to you. But you know what? Every single person that had a little side note was doing the exact opposite of what we asked as a group. When 85% of us are agreeing to let's just be quiet, even if it's boring the hell out of me, I'm not going to be a distraction here, then you owe it to the group to not be a distraction. I take that back. You owe it to yourself. Okay? Okay, at least I'm not dropping it, because this is what we talk about here mostly. Okay? And my quiet was about trying to quiet you guys, Kim. All right? So I'm not arguing here, but we'll drop it. We teach each other to be impeccable. It was an awesome video. And that's where I want us to focus. What glasses are we wearing? Wearing glasses of distraction? Or are we wearing glasses of what can I learn? What little bit can I learn from this? Okay? So, I'm going to ask a question. It's okay, Waz. I'm sorry that I keep dwelling on it, and it's hitting a negative nerve out there. I apologize. Okay? Let's find attention in positive ways. That's all. Okay. I want us to all make an agreement here. Let's have another agreement. Let's make an agreement that we're not going to look up any of these answers. Let's pretend we're all sitting in a room together. We're all hanging out and we're playing Trivial Pursuit. Okay? And in Trivial Pursuit, if we're all playing together, nobody's going to get up and go in the other room and look it up on the computer real quick or grab their phone and look it up. Okay? We either agree to guess, so that's it. Just guess. Guess or no. That was a good one. Yes or no, guess or no. Guess or no. Now, this first group, I'm going to group you. The first question, I want only ladies to answer. I want only ladies to answer. Okay? Only ladies to answer. The first lady to answer correctly on my screen, that didn't spin last week, which aren't very many, will move forward to a spin round. Okay? Here we go. According to his creator, women only, what fictional character's name means white skin? What fictional character's name means white skin? Go. Women only. What character's name means white skin? Snow White, Snow White, Howdy Queenie, Snow White. Paige got it correct. Paige got it correct. The answer is Tarzan. The answer is Tarzan. Absolutely outstanding, Paige. You are on the spin to win for tomorrow. Good job, Paige. Tarzan in ape talk means white skin. Okay? I didn't add the ape talk part, or that would have been an automatic giveaway. Okay? Now, men only. Men only. Men only. You ready? Men only. The logo of what fashion designer is a stylized Medusa head? Go. Stylized Medusa head. Go. What designer is a RX1's correct? RX. He knows his RX. What are you doing in the fashion design business? Who knew that? Gianni Versace is the answer. RX. You're on the board for tomorrow. RX1's. He wasn't on last week. He qualifies easily right in there for this week. RX, how did you know that? It's making me a little nervous. Okay? It's making me just a touch nervous. Do you have any Versace on right now? Is anybody, who's wearing a Versace right now? Be honest. Be impeccable. Is there anybody that's wearing Versace right now? Besides the perfume. Who's wearing Versace? Okay. Who's wearing it? Oh, you're missing a chance to get on the spin to win. Okay, Versace. I don't even know what it will look like. Bad, just like I'm naked, Pops. Do I count? No. Okay, forget it. Moving on. I'm going to ask a question. That's Versace you're stepping on. Okay, it was a shame how he died. What a shame. Here we go. This is for people, listen. This is for people over 40. Over 40. If you're over 40, only answer. If you're under 40, wait. There's a group coming for you. Okay? Over 40. 40 or over. Get ready. The next group will be 39 and under. 40s and over. Here we go. What writing system could be deciphered thanks to the discovery of the Rosetta Stone? Go. You have to be exactly correct. What writing system? What writing system? You guys are close. You guys are close. There's somebody got it correct, but there we go. The answer is hieroglyphics. The answer is hieroglyphics. That is correct. Hieroglyphics. Michael Allen was the first person on my screen to say it, but Michael was on the spin to win reel last week, and he actually won. And we sent him something. So I'm going to pass him by and go to the second person on my screen that had it correct, and that's Michael Patterson. Michael Shanti Patterson. Mr. Patterson, you're on the spin to win wheel for tomorrow. Alan, good job. Way to answer correctly. Okay, I'm sorry I just couldn't move you forward because we took care of you last week. Okay? We all sort of agreed we were going to do that this week. Now let's do under 40. Let's do under 40. Okay? Under 40 group, under 40. What award did you win? What award? Please only answer if you're under 40. Okay? What award did you win? If you're handed a silver trophy of an astronaut holding a flag. Astronaut holding a flag, under 40 people only. File 13. File 13 got it correct. File 13. You're going to be spinning to win tomorrow. The answer is an MTV award. I did not know that. I would have thought it had something to do with flying. Something. What the hell? Why does an MTV have an astronaut? What's going on with the astronaut situational? I didn't know that one. Okay, Mr. Phillips, like Pops, we all knew. I'm like reading that going. And I usually am pretty good at trophies. Okay. I'm going to just read a couple of these, but they're not counting as a contest. These don't count as a contest. All right, I'm going to read the last ones on this card, and then we have to go look at something. What are the 3 traditional ingredients in plain shortbread? Butter, flour, sugar. Wait, I'm not done. What popular mixture of ditali, ditalini, tubetti, and tubettini first hit dinner bowls in 1965? Ditali, ditalini, tubetti, and tubettini all hit dinner bowls in 1965. Worst tasting stuff on the planet. Close, Herbie. It's like, whoa. Whoa. My mom tried it on us once. That was it. Ace got it. SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs. I don't know anybody in the world that likes a SpaghettiO. Your mom had to spice them up and do different things and this and that. SpaghettiOs. Oh. Just the consistency of the O. Oh. I couldn't go. Okay. SpaghettiOs. Let's move on. We have spores to talk about. So far for tomorrow on the wheel, we have Justin, OK Med Rosie. We have Streety. We have Hags. We have Little Roy. We have Paige. We have RX1s. We have Michael Patterson. We have File 13. Those are all the people that can win tomorrow. Still later today. Still later today. At the end of today, I'm going to give this little family away. I'm going to give this little cluster, this family of 4. Okay? I'm going to give away this family of 4. I love clusters that stick together after we've harvested them. Okay. So we still have that to give away. That'll be an immediate giveaway today. You don't have to wait for the wheel for tomorrow. You don't have to wait for that business. Okay, here we go. How to make a spore print. Super simple. Number 1, start out with really clean everything. Aseptic procedures. That's going to be your number 1 thing. There's going to be 2 things I'm going to add to this. 2 little tricky wickies. Okay? But it's super simple. You can use paper, you can use foil, you can use different things. Now let's remember that spores come in different colors. Sometimes you've gathered, foraged, you've gathered a mushroom and you don't know its spore color. You don't know if it's going to be a dark spore or a light spore that it's going to end up dropping. So sometimes people will do this. They'll take a paper and they'll make half of the paper white, and they'll take a piece of tape on the backside, tape it together with that piece of black paper. And then they'll put their mushroom cap right over the center. So when it sporulates, if they're real light spores, you see them real easily on the dark paper. And if they're dark spores, you'll see them over here. Now, typically, we like to see us use, instead of paper, we like to use foil. Small squares of foil that are about twice the size of the cap that you're using, that you're doing. There's something that we don't like in this illustration right here. I wouldn't bend my paper in half or my foil in half and then put the cap right on the center. I would bend it in half and put the cap on one half. So after it's sporulated, I can take this other half, fold it over on top of the print, and help preserve it. So this is, I wouldn't necessarily do it this way, right on the center, okay? But the process is pretty simple. You're gonna find a very nice cap. We look for caps that are pretty flat on the bottom already, okay? We're gonna take a piece of aluminum foil that's about, like, again, twice the size of the cap that we're gonna be printing. We're gonna fold that aluminum foil in half, and as I said, we're gonna end up cutting our cap off. You want it really, 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 this illustration again shows a little bit too much stem. We don't like to see that much stem. You want to see it a little bit closer to the cap. Easy to do with your scalpel. Do all of this. You don't have to be under a still air box, but you want to be in a clean, real clean environment. Clean countertop. It's been sprayed down. You probably want to be wearing a mask, and you definitely want gloves on. You want to be sprayed down a little bit good with your ISO spray yourself. Don't spray any of these surfaces with your ISO spray, okay? But that's it. What Herbie said, trim that stipe, okay? Stem in mycology is often called a stipe. So now we're going to take this guy, this cap, and we're going to put him on our 1/2 of paper, or a 1/2 of foil. Then we're going to take, here's the key. What we're trying to do, if we just left it like that, and we don't cover this, then even the little bit of airflow that's going through your room, even the airflow can easily cause those spores to not really gather in a decent print on that paper top, that foil top. So we'll do is we'll get a cup. We like to use glass. We're going to get a glass cup. Excuse me. And we're going to cover that cap. Make sure the circumference of the cup or glass is bigger than the cap. We're going to cover that. And then we're going to wait. Now, here's 2 tricks. Basic tricks. Instead of, you can do this often, instead of taking the cap and putting it directly on the foil, you can do this. Get 2 toothpicks. Get yourself 2 toothpicks. And you lay a toothpick here, and you lay another toothpick over there, and you take the cap and you put it to where it's straddling the 2 toothpicks. So it has a little bit more distance for the spore to drop because you've lifted the spore, the cap a little bit off of the print paper. Okay? So that drop right there, believe it or not, will cause you a tighter, better print. And you're going to actually get more spores. So now you take this, cover the whole contraption with your cup. But remember, here's the biggest fun trick. Before you put this cup on, take and put just the smallest, where it isn't even dripping, just smudge the top of the inside of this glass with a little bit of water. Put a fingerprint of water on the top of that cup on the inside. And then cover the print. Don't use a dry cup, but don't make it so wet that it's actually dripping. Okay? So what you want to do here, why did we add water to the top of the cup? Why did we add water to the top of the cup? Didn't we discuss all week to launch spores? To launch spores? Isn't there water involved in the launching? So if we really want to launch those spores, we want some water in the molecules in the air in here, so it helps that launch process. Okay? Doesn't stimulate rain necessarily, but it's giving moisture to the air inside the cup. And that gets you a good launch compared to what I'm going to call a dry launch. And it says here, after 8 hours, remove the glass, and then there's your spore print. We typically wait about 12. I wouldn't hesitate to wait 24. Okay? And now that your toothpicks are under there, it makes it a lot easier to also pick up this cap without smudging the print. So how often do you go to pick up the cap and smudge the print? Too often. I heard Ace ask why the black paper and white paper. Depending on the spore color. If you're using a cap that's going to give you a real blonde looking spore, you might want to go on to darker paper. Okay? Then what we do, we're going to go ahead and take that paper, fold it over to where the blank side's covering, not smudging, but just covering the print. Identify it, and then file it. What we learned yesterday as a group, we can count on those in regular conditions, unless you go to extraordinary, preservation conditions. In normal conditions, that print should last 2.5 to 3 years. We would trust the viability of the spore. Okay? So give me 5 people that was like, that was pretty cool. Tomorrow we're going to talk about, now that we've gathered spores, we're going to start talking about what do we do with them. We're a mycologist. We've got spores. We have prints. We've learned a bunch of stuff about how they work. They've launched onto our print paper. Now what? Okay. I'm going to post that picture later. I'm being a little picky. There's a couple of things on the illustration I don't care for. I don't. Does it make sense to you to put the cap right in the center of the fold? Who thinks that was a good idea? Not a good idea. Let's not put the cap in the center of the fold. Let's think about getting some wooden toothpicks. Plastic, sometimes they stick. I would go with the little wooden toothpick. I like stilt in my deal. Definitely put a little drip of water in your cup. And what was our other idea? The water and the toothpick. And don't go in the center of the fold. Oh, and on that illustration, do a better job of trimming the stipe or the stem. Okay? I'd rather fold it on top, a blank piece on top of an RX, than fold it onto each other, half and half. Okay. But again, that's the best part about mycology. Nobody has all the answers. Here we go. We're going to get into our book. We're going to talk about being impeccable. We have about 10 minutes to do that. And then we have to give away the family. Give me 5 people that liked this morning that we did questions in groups. Bud, under glass, here's how I've always done it. I always print at night, right before, 8, 9 o'clock at night, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I can take my glass off, and I've slept off the print. If I print during the day, just too many things, and then once in a while, especially back when you're first starting, you have to go look too soon. What? Let me see. Let me just look. So just do it while you're sleeping. 8 to 12 hours. You can easily leave one for 24 and it's not going to hurt. Don't go much more than 24. But for me, I just do an overnighter. Okay? I learned to do a lot of that in mycology. Overnight stuff. Set it up at night. It'll be ready in the morning. That way you don't have to sit there and be all anxious about it. The watched pot never boiled syndrome. Carlotta, why do you have to get dressed? I get the scavenger hunt part, but why do you have to get dressed? I'm confused. Wouldn't you do a better job of hunting if you were lightweight and you didn't have a bunch of stuff holding you down? I'm confused. That's why native tribes and stuff, they didn't wear a lot of clothing. It was easier for them to forage. Okay? Just an idea. It's cold outside, Penny? How you going out in this snow naked? Don't. The power of the word. Being impeccable with your word. We don't want to use our word against ourselves. And the minute we use it against somebody, we're using it against ourselves. It's an automatic boomerang effect. It came from you. Did you guys ever, I'm just going to say this once. JC, don't get carried away. Please. But do you guys remember when you were kids? Do you remember fart jokes? Do you remember, not wanting to claim it? There'd be 6 or 7 guys in the room, people. Oof, all of a sudden, you wouldn't want to claim it. You're the one. You blew the room up. Anybody ever blown a room up and not claimed it? I mean, after a while, I learned to go outside, but it's humiliating because you try to move around the room and it follows. You know what I'm talking about? Here it comes. It was, oh, geez. I thought I could leave it next to Sherry over there. Huh? You guys all know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys actually enjoy this conversation. This is great. Pop, can we talk about it some more? No. I was just trying to make a point. The point is, we were all taught this. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. You know it. Because you were the first one to go, oh my God, what was that? If you can call everyone else's attention to it, it clearly wasn't you. You know what I'm talking about it? Whoever supplied it tonight, I haven't heard that one. Okay? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about because every one of you have admitted you've done it. You think you've only done it? Wait a minute. Do you think you're the only one? Clearly not. Look around the class. Look around the class right now. People crop dusting, people delting, people pulling fingers, we all know. We know exactly what we're talking about. One slipped. Carlotta, that's creepy. Okay. Why am I mentioning this? Because we all know when we're the one, and I'm not just talking about farts now. We all know when we're the one that said something that got it all started. Let's move past the fart part now. The only one I'm proud of right now is JC didn't have to jump in like the rest of you guys all have had to. Okay? Every one of the rest of you have had to say something. JC, what are you doing? Going for sainthood? You have to work harder. But you're doing good. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move past that. I got you started. I don't know how am I turning you off? Everyone knows that when you did it, that you're the one that did it. Not everyone knows. You know when you're the one that did it. There could be 8 other people in the room. They're all, I'm not sure. You know. And I don't just mean farts. I mean, you're the one that started it. You're the one that feeds it. You're the one whose energy's keeping it going. You know. Everyone else is, I wonder about, is it me? It's got to be John. No, it's you, Steve. You know it. Because there's so much power in Steve's word. John's word too. There's power in that fart you spread in the room. Or everyone wouldn't be going, you want to be impeccable with the words you use. Does that mean, Pops, when I fart, I have to admit it was me? Yes. Yeah, that's what it means. If you don't want to admit it, go outside before you rip it. That's even more impeccable, maybe. It's everything we do. We want to be impeccable with our word. We want to own our own actions. Being impeccable with our word is the correct use of our energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, just because you made the agreement, that's called an intention. You haven't even done anything yet beyond made the agreement. You haven't actually said something impeccable yet. You haven't actually started practicing being impeccable. You're just making the agreement. That's called an intention. Spark. I intend to have this agreement. But it has to be a real intention. By having that intention, you've just put some of the power to work on earth. Repentance. Repentance is so misunderstood. People say, well, at least I said I was sorry. Well, I repented. I repented of my sin. Do you even understand what the concept of repenting is? AA's close. AA gets it pretty close with some of their steps. But you can't have true repentance without one thing. The true, passionate intention of never repeating that act. If it's just, oh, I can do it again next week, all I have to do is say a Hail Mary. Well, what religion taught me that? I can do it again, just go and confess, get my little repentance list and say those. That's not repentance. True repentance also comes, it gets shady here. You can repent without making amends. But if you can make amends and you can repent, that's when your impeccability level screams to high heaven. Intention. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Never seen that poster? You bet it is. It's paved all the way there. Because it stopped at intention. It doesn't say the road to hell is paved with kind actions. That's not the saying. The saying's with intention. Because it starts there, but it doesn't, if it stops there, but you can't even get started without the intention. You can't even get healed from your alcoholism without telling yourself, I have a problem. My intention is to get well. What's the process? Oh, in some cases, I have to make amends. But it's starting with an intention. And then in that process, what do you have to do? Soul-wrenching truth. You don't do a soul-wrenching truth. Some people call it an inventory. You don't know who you can't tell the truth to yourself. You will never heal. It is so simple too. We made it 12 steps. I don't need 12. I need one. I need one. Be. Does the word be mean I plan on it tomorrow? Does the word be mean I have it on my to-do list? Does the word be mean one of these days I'll do it? We talked about it, we read it, we watched it this morning. Be equals now. Be, there, Haig said it before I could even say it. Be equals now. We just watched this brilliant man teach me that there really isn't a past. That's a construct of my mind. The future, that's another construct of my mind. The color glasses that I'm wearing, that's a construct of my mind. That is so mind-boggling. You mean I'm not stuck? You mean I don't have to answer for that, and I'm not looking, I have to plan for that? I got to do it because this is what's real. Be. And what's it say? Be. Don't plan on it. You have to have the intention first. But once we have this intention, you know what our intention is? What's our intention, guys? Our intention is to be impeccable. To use the power of our word only for good for ourselves. Be impeccable. Covers every one of the 12 steps, covers 24 more, covers 100 different recovery programs, covers therapy up the yin-yang, covers it all. 2 words. Takes practice to do your 12 steps, didn't it? 12 steppers. Some of it's really successful. Some of it's 18, 20 years sobriety, 30. That took practice. I had to go to meetings. I had to practice a whole new way of life. I had to tell other kids how to do it. Bring them along, sponsor, do the whole works, go to dances. Creepiest dances I've ever been to in my whole life. I'm admitting it right now out loud. Alcoholics Anonymous dance. What the hell? It's the worst dances I've ever been to. Everybody trying to 13th step each other, but not. Pretending we're having fun, but there's one missing ingredient. I'm not kidding you. It's the worst thing. And I'm planning them. Hell, let's plan these. Coffee and show. Oh, my God. And I'm not making fun of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I promise. I'm just talking about me. I don't need the 12 of them. I don't need 15. I don't need another 24. I don't need to go back to the Marine Corps and ask them to save me. I don't have to do anything other than practice. Practice being impeccable. So we're doing that here. Every morning we talk about it, that's a practice session. Every morning we highlight it, that's a practice session. Every day when we walk away from here, we have the opportunity. Something's going to come up in the next hour. Something's going to come up in the next hour. You're going to get a practice session. Life's going to give you an opportunity. I can be impeccable right now, or I can be those old agreements. Let's see what you do in the next hour with them. And at the end of that hour, having a situation with, man, I handled that impeccably. Man, you deserve so much praise and glory for that. And I mean that. Because that's a new you. That's like saying, you know what, on my weight log, I just lifted another, I added 5 more pounds to my reps. Dylan, impeccable means to me that I don't sin against myself. Simple. I don't sin against myself. That's impeccable. And I don't use the power of my word for anything other than not sinning against myself. And if I do it that way, then I'm always helping other people, growing other people. Okay? So the simplest definition of all of this is so simple. That's why I like it. Because you know what? The more convoluted we make it, all of a sudden we need ministers to explain it to us. There's certain religions you have to pay this guy to send up an offering to this guy up here, who's going to send one up to. Now you have these hierarchies of structure of this guy has to say the prayer for you. This one, oh no, he has to be the one that bless. No, they come. More construct, just like past and future. Just like past and future. It's so basic. Human ego. Same thing we've done with mycology. Pro science. We've tried to make it, oh, this is the hardest thing in the world. Growing fungus is one of the easiest things in the world to do. Period. You don't even have to try. Go look in your shower. Let's make it complicated, but I'm the only one who knows how to do it, and I'm going to charge you and $500 an hour sessions, and this is, you sick son of a guns. Give it away. This stuff is basic. No, I need 66 books to explain it. You do? Yeah, and you got to sit in my pew and you got to put money on a plate too. Really? Yeah. If you put money on the plate, I'll explain it to you. Let's get out of here by giving this final thing away. Listen. Be impeccable. Be. Ace, that's one of the reasons I can't do Patreon and those kind of things. They got a guy out there making $5,000 a week, wearing a mask, telling people how to grow mushrooms. $5,000 a week. Excuse me, a month. It's a pretty good job. So is selling snake oil. Let's do a number 1 through 50. We can give the family away. 1 through 50. Who's going to get this one? Go. 1 through 50. Come and grab this thing from me. Come and grab this. Grab it by getting the right number. It's a number between 1 and 50. You can put up to 3 of them on a line at one time. Whoever gets it right, if they didn't win a big prize last week, I'll send it to them. If you want a big prize, okay, there it is. We got it. File 13. File 13. File 13 has it correct. File 13. He said 49, it's a 49. Listen, file. Listen, Mr. 13. You also qualified for the spin to win round today. I can't give you both. File 13, which do you want? I'm going to give you a choice. File 13, I can send this to you, but I won't put you on the spin to win for tomorrow. Or I can move on, and I'll put you on the spin to win for tomorrow. Which do you want, file? Congratulations for being on fire today. Which do you want? Do you want the family now? He wants the cluster, please. You got it. Send me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net, and I'll get that out to you. I need to get somebody's taking file 13's spot on the board. Give me a number 1 through 50. Go. Give me a number 1 through 50. We got to get somebody else on the board. Take file 13's place. He just jumped off the board to grab that cluster. So he left a spot open on the board. Okay? Chatty, I can't break up this family. Let's get a number between 1 and 50. And the first person to say it is going to get on the board for tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to have fun. The board's going to be fun. Board's going to be fun. I'm telling you right now. Here we go. I'm waiting for the number to pop up on my screen. Nobody has said it yet. I have not seen it yet. No. We're still struggling to come up with it. It's a rather basic number. Let me put it to you that way. It's a pretty basic number. One of the more basic numbers. It's not complicated at all. Nothing complicated about this number. Okay. We're gonna say let's let's see, Rhizomorpheus. Rhizomorpheus. That is correct. Rhizomorpheus, number 1. Rhizomorpheus. Rizzo. Rhizomorpheus. Good job with the number 1. So we're going to put you on the board for tomorrow, Rhizo. Okay. Congratulations to all, and to all a good night. Hey, accept my apology out loud, team, T-team. I was a little cranky at the end of watching that video and listening, in the comments. Of course, you guys have a right to comment back and forth. And I apologize for being cranky and jumping on you guys. My expectations and stuff, that's on me. I apologize to you for being cranky for those few minutes. And I hope that you got something out of it. Okay. So, have a good day. I caught myself. I'm like looking back on today and go, you can't leave that one out there in the wind. All right? That was a little bit of hot dog juice. That's a little bit of hot dog juice I don't like. Okay? So, Whiskey, what happened? I don't even know what happened. There is no past. I don't even know what you're talking about. There's only the now. You can get away with a lot, Free. You can get away with a lot with this new one. Okay? Guys, go have a beautiful day. Learn lessons. Learn them fast. Clean up quick. Be impeccable. Cobalt and Michael Brown, thank you, and MDK. Mike Barball and Whiskey. I love you, man. Jimmy and Ghastly and Mr. Marmars and Love Sling. And Jesus Christ and Crystal Watson. And B. Hendricks and Hip Kitty. And Kylie. And Michael Allen, have a nice day. SSW, Larry B. Hard Shrooms. Make someone smile. Be impeccable. Jason Wyeth, you know about that package. MDK, Kylie. Calico Kid. I shouldn't have been cranky. Nerdy Holly M, Mr. Marmars. Free Mike Barball. PLR Clean Grow. Holly Mark Zamaran. File 13. On fire. Higgs. Hot Dog Modern. Thank you, bro. Looks pretty clean, huh? Well, we got it all pretty good. Yeah. Cobalt. Billy D. Calico. Daniel C. Tiffany. Chatty Hamilton. Hit me out. Kitty. Herbie One Canerbs. Kyle Browning. Can't wait. Shy. Thank you. Jolie. There's my girl. Jesus Christ in Australia. Kylie. Ghastly. Two Hawks. Caw. Great. Jimmy Max, Carrie smiling away, Michael Shanti, Mikey Baraball, and Michael Brown. We got like 8 mics in a row right there. Holly, the Waz, Penny, love you, Kyle Browning, Larry, and Jackie, meow, kitty cat, Mashe, love you, bro, Rizzo and Chatty and Evan, McHugh, sounds like a British spy. Shy Introvert, Hip Kitty Ace, Shooting Buckeyes, Sandy Love You, Whiskey, 17 seconds later, Jesus Christ, 5280, half the day, put another half of the day, it turns it into all day, Penny Pack, File 13, Michael Jimmy, to the max, Paigey, Sandy, City, JCE, MDKE, Melissa E, Rizo E, Mikey, Daniel CE, Kyle E, Hip Kid E, Matt E, Hip Kid E, Pilar E, Mike E, Melissa E. Could you put E at like the end of everything? Get out of here. Talk to you guys tomorrow.